diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. I was sharing. I was sharing on the topic of disease. It's actually what goes through my head when I hear say the word share. So I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. It's Wednesday already. This week is flying by. And every day, I gain more gratitude from the dividends from the work. And it's awesome. I just got a phone call with, I just met this person, but they were referred to me through a very good friend of mine. This friend of mine, if he says, Dion, can you do this? My answer is always yes. He's pretty important to me. His name's Mark Hope. And he's been my biggest support, one of my biggest supporters, doing what I've been doing. Thank you, Mr. Leisure. Good to see you. Amber, good to see you. Yeah, so maybe I should get a little prepared here. As Bill sees at page 167. That usually leads us back to somewhere else, though. Let's find out. 167. Yep, Alcoholics Anonymous, page 60. Oh, love it. So I am going to read from page 60 in the big book. What an order! I can't go through with it. Oh no, not the order. When I was in the Phoenix concept, you have to remember that's a bunch of Skid Row drunks. Okay. A lot of times they'd come to the meetings right off the streets. And we were reading that. What an order, can't go through with it. And this one guy got up and just in a huff and started to leave, and somebody else grabbed him, and he got mad because he thought we said what an odor. I can't go through with it. And yeah, so funny little story on that. Let me grab my big book and put it over here. Last night's meeting, which went really, really well. It was neat. We were finishing up Bill's story, and we were going to go on to Dr. Bob's Nightmare, but I had opened it for discussion on Bill's story, and a lot of people started talking about spirituality. And an idea came to my head is, why don't we do the spiritual experience next, as we're talking about it? And it went so well. That's God's handiwork. That's God's handiwork. And that happens to me because of what I do, because I ask God to take control. A lot of times, I don't even remember what I say in these. I don't go back and listen to my podcast or anything. I've listened to a little bit of my Daily Trudges, but I don't see any point. Many of us exclaimed, what an order. Let's do introductions. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'll be your host today. Look for more co-hosts coming up. We're having a meeting this evening. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of fun. Not trudging together, brothers and sisters. We're going to trudge. We are. Man, I love life today. Love it. Yeah. This boy's on fire. Okay. Many of us exclaimed, "What an order! I can't go through with it." Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. Okay, the principles being the 12 steps. There's a principle to each step. We are not saints. No. Sainthood has not been reserved for us. It's a little too late for me to become a saint. Yeah, a little too late. But that's okay. I don't need to be. Right? The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. There's that willingness again, being indispensable and shit. Right? All you need is a willingness. Willingness can get you so far in life. And if you don't have willingness, then pray for the willingness. You know what? You want to know what happens when you pray for willingness? You automatically become willing because you were willing to pray. See, willing. We utilize it so much, but AA in a way is sneaky about it. See, we have you letting go and letting God from the very beginning with that serenity prayer, right? All right. The point where the principles we have set down are guides to progress. So the principles, the 12 steps, are a guide to progress. Do you mark your progress? Do you mark it? Listen to this next line. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. The problem with this line is it says rather than spiritual perfection. And that's where we get caught up. And then we don't claim spiritual progress. You are supposed to claim it. I'm going to claim it right now because some really good stuff just happened to me. Okay? It's going to happen fast. Good job. I'm done. I don't need to do any more than that. Right? I don't. You sure did. We discussed progress last night. Yes, we did. Saint Dion. Yeah. People talk crap. But that's what we discuss is that it doesn't matter because we're making progress. Right? And if I claim spiritual progress, then there's a much better chance that I'm not going to let all these worldly clamors affect me. Pretty neat. But do we do it? The 10th step asks you to do it. Okay, we don't have to run around all day and be like, oh, bad deal, bad deal, bad deal. No, I don't do that to myself. I get to be who I am because I'm a pretty decent dude. Okay. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter to the agnostics, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3. My finger's still messed up. 3. I punched a tree when I was drunk and I lost. It's on my pinky. At least it doesn't hurt anymore. But 3 pertinent ideas. A, that we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. And C, that God could and would if he were sought. If he were sought. And I have written underneath this, right underneath this, are you willing to go through with this? With the God could and would if you were sought, that's circled. Are you willing to go through with this, Dion? Are you willing to go to any length to do this? Why was he asking my sponsor asking me this at this point? Because we're about to do step 3. Okay. And step 3, it isn't the most important step, but it is. Okay. I feel like step 3 is a very personal step. Okay. So that's why we're asking if you're willing to go to any length. Okay. But what we're talking about is brothers and sisters in our defects. See, we all have a set of defects of character, right? Yours may vary from mine, but usually we have about the same set, right? Anger. Every single one of us. Anger. Oh, I'm not angry. Newcomer, I'm not angry. How about the people that yell how great they are about being grateful and pound on the table? That's the fun one. So fucking grateful. If I hit my actual table, it'll fall apart. Right? So what's so important about that? Well, it is important because it takes away loneliness. Yeah. See, a lot of us think that our problems are unique, that we are terminally unique. And so that's why it is important that we share our experience, strength, and hope. Because then this person will come into a meeting and hopefully listen. You're going to say something that's just off the wall, and they're going to think, well, I've never done anything that bad. Maybe I can do this. Okay. That is the main reason I recover out loud. That is the main reason why I go live every day, whether I'm having anxiety, PTSD, or a glorious freaking day. I come here. That's how it started. I started this whole thing. I've done some daily trudges standing in front of the ER, shaking, sweating. I don't know where those are. I don't think they're around. I can't find them. Doesn't matter. I really don't want to post it because I was the poster child of PTSD for a little while there, and I had to get out of that. I did. I had to move on. And I did it right here. For years, I've been going to therapy, coming here, touting EMDR, telling you what I do. Right? Because I don't want, because I would like as many people to know that they're not alone anymore. That there's some people out here that really care about what happens to you. And I haven't even met you yet. But I do truly care. And how do we express that? Well, we express it through our emotions. We express it through sharing our experience, strength, and hope. So, all right. So there's a little part in here. We recovered alcoholics are not so much brothers in virtue as we are brothers in our defects and in our common strivings to overcome them. Gosh, it sounds a lot like trudging. There we are. It's this whole thing's about trudging together, not my company trudging together, but doing this together. We go through hard things together, and that's what brings us closer. See, I can meet. What's so nice is if I am feeling a certain way, and I know I say this a lot, I can go into a meeting and just say, I am feeling lonely. And you all understand. Okay. Why is that important? Number one, I was tired of repeating myself to everyone. I just wanted them to leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. I hear your crap. Right? So that's one reason. I don't have to explain myself. And that is a comfort. That makes me feel like I'm a part of a group, whether I know these people or not. And that is the camaraderie. Okay? Like you could take a group of people that go through something serious together, but then they start to go their separate ways. Where as we in AA stick together. So we are bonded together. That's why when a friend goes out, it hurts. That's why it hurts. Because you care. You actually care. All right, I'm going to read the portion out of the daily reflections. The identification that one alcoholic has another is mysterious. Let me redo that. The identification that one alcoholic has with another is mysterious, spiritual, almost incomprehensible. But there it is. I feel it. Today, I feel that I can help people and that they can help me. That's what's been going on all week. People have been helping me. They don't even know it. I've gotten so many compliments this week. A lot of them out of the blue. And I appreciate every single one of them. My wife was touting me big time last night. And I say thank you. I've never been at this place. So I've never had a host of friends like this before. And I'm crying because I'm grateful. It's a happy cry. I'm so happy. It is a new and exciting feeling for me to care for someone, to care what they are feeling, hoping for, praying for, to know their sadness, joy, horror, sorrow, grief, to want to share those feelings so that someone can have relief. I never knew how to do this or how to try. I never even cared. The fellowship of AA and God are teaching me how to care about others. Yep. And it is vastly more than that. It is an experience you must not miss. We know you will not want to miss it. It's the miracle. Stick around and wait for the miracle to happen. Then, once the miracle happens, stick around and wait for the next miracle to happen. You think you just get one? No. There will come a day, if it hasn't happened to you already, that you will see miracles everywhere you go. Why? Because that's your intention. When your intention is set to God mode and not dick mode, you get to see through a new pair of glasses, just like Chuck C says. New pair of glasses. Oh, wow. Maybe it's time to pick that book up again. That'd be a good read, too. I can bring that in. So, I would have to say, and I've done a lot of different things, but there is no high. There is no other high like watching my sponsees put their life back together. I love it so much that my whole company is about reintegration back into society. It's what it's all about. We do much more. We're bringing on like leadership classes. We're bringing what's going on is so he reached out to me and they said, "Hey Dion, we have jobs for people in recovery. Can you help us?" Yeah, I can. With this though, we're 60, 90 days out. I think I'm going to have to open a couple sober livings. If anybody has any leads on houses in the north area, it's got to be north because I'm up here. Please let me know. I could fill it up pretty quick. So, I'm probably gonna need more than one house. And even then, my sober livings, they're not going to be like the other sober livings out there. Nope. It'll be more like a recovery home. I don't even want it to be called sober living. I don't want to be lumped in with everybody else. So I'll call it I'll call it a recovery home. That sounds much better than me. I'd rather have recovery than sobriety. All right. Well, can't have one without the other. I could have had a V8. In fact, I'm going to go have one right now. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Leisure, Miss Rose, it was good to have you both. Thank you. I love you all. Peace out and have a day.